My name is Steve Bonek, and I work for Tribonex Holdings LLC, and my title is Information Security Manager. LogRhythm SIEM. The primary use case is really tying all of our log sources together between all of our Windows servers, network devices, and we've recently added all of our cloud infrastructure as well. So it's really tying all those together, correlating all those logs, and giving us one central pane of glass, really as it relates to all of our logging activities. I think the biggest thing is tying all of our log sources together, whereas there was a lot of manual work before of reviewing Windows logs or firewall logs, bringing it all together so that way my team, the information security team, as well as the infrastructure team, can kind of view all of that from a single pane of glass and see everything that's going on in the environment. As of now, we're not using all of the full analytics capabilities that we know the LogRhythm SIEM can do, so it's one of the areas that we need to improve on. We have all of our log sources in there. Now making sure that we're getting the value of all that together is something we still need to work on. So, yeah, I think the biggest way that it's improved us from an organizational standpoint is giving us a single view into all of our log sources and all of our infrastructure devices, whereas before we never had that. It was always a hodgepodge of stuff put together. So I think it's the best thing is that it brings everything together so we can leave all one view of it. So. Yeah, playbooks are definitely something that I see a lot of value in, so I look forward to when we do get upgraded to be able to using those playbooks. I think that's a way of automating and making sure that we're standardized in the way that me and my team are utilizing the LogRhythm SIEM. I think playbooks are very valuable. Stability has been great. We have not had any unplanned outages. All the upgrades that we have done have gone as expected, so from that standpoint, stability has been great. Scalability has been great as well. We've got a very disparate environment, and the original servers that we have from 3 years ago are still in place. We haven't had any performance issues at all, so it scales to our solution, understanding that as we bring on additional devices, we know that it will scale up to be even bigger than where we're at right now. Tech support's been great. Every time we work with them on any upgrades or any questions about anything we want to add a new log source or whatever, they've been excellent on that, and they're always right on top of it and always get us to where we need to go. Yeah, so I was involved, actually, it was one of the first products I bought when I started at the company. We didn't have a SIEM, didn't have any, really from a monitoring standpoint, didn't have anything. So LogRhythm was really the first major product that we bought, and the installation was awesome. I mean, it went as expected, moved it along quickly, and it provided value as soon as we were done with the installation. So the install was amazing. We're about 20 different log source types. I mean, all total log sources, we're probably in the 400, 500 range. So I mean, it has a log source. There are log source types for everything that we have right now. One of the challenges we have had is adding all of our cloud infrastructure in there as well. So I know that's something that LogRhythm is working on. We're doing about 2,000 messages per second. Yeah, from a metric standpoint, we really aren't tracking our mean time to respond or mean time to detect as of now. That's kind of something that I want to get better at, to kind of formalize that process. So as of now, it's hard to say how much it has, but I know just from a anecdotal standpoint, I can guarantee that we're doing a lot better in responding now than we did before we had the SIEM in place. From an improvement standpoint, I would say the thing that I'd like to see LogRhythm do a better job of is staying ahead of the curve as it relates to things like cloud. It seems like from that standpoint that maybe the cloud stuff was a little bit of an afterthought or wasn't done kind of as people started to move to cloud quicker. It's one of those things of where we kind of are doing it now, but it seems like some of the cloud connections are still being created as we go. So I think that's one area I think they could improve in. So when we looked at putting a SIEM in place, we kind of realized that I wanted somebody that was kind of I guess what I would call a neutral vendor, where they're not tied to specific vendors. We wanted to make sure that with the SIEM we were buying would monitor all the devices that we had in place. So finding somebody that's kind of an independent, not tied to specific hardware manufacturers is really important to us to make sure that the SIEM could monitor everything that we had in place. So I think from a security program maturity level, LogRhythm really got us started in that direction. As I mentioned, it was one of the first products we bought, and when we first started, I really started the information security program myself. So it was kind of the first product we bought that we built everything around. So it really is the kind of the central repository for everything we're doing from an information security program standpoint. I would say LogRhythm on a scale of 1 to 10 would be a 9. I think it's a really solid solution. I think one of the things that they could probably improve on, as I mentioned, was being kind of a little more proactive when it comes to things like cloud and things like that. So I think that they are getting better, but I'd say a 9 right now.